You are welcome. Today we are going to discuss about the state corporations. State corporations are the business organization which is comes under general act of the parliament or by passing a special act in the parliament. It is fully owned or majority owned by the government and which is controlled by a board of directors. Those directors also appointed by the government. In this slide, you can see some of the examples for state corporations in Sri Lanka. Let's move to characteristics of state corporations. First characteristic is government ownership and control. If government provide total capital of that particular state corporation, the total control and ownership goes to government sector. However, in some state corporations like hotel corporation, there are private sector investors. In such corporations, there may be private sector directors in the director board. Then objectives of providing services in common. That means government corporations provide services in common to the general public. And legal personality, government corporations are considered as a legal person in front of the law since it has legal personality. Then it can commence either under a special act or a general existing act. That means some state corporations established under general act and rest of the state corporations established by passing a special act in the parliament. Then continued existence. State corporations has continued existence. Now let's move to discuss about the advantages of state corporations. First one is this kind of business organizations are appropriate for the provision of essential services which may not provide by the private sector businesses. Reduce the monopoly effect of private sector. If there are private sector monopolies or some private sector businesses own significant monopoly power or significant power in the market, government can establish government corporations to compete with those private sector businesses. By doing so, government can increase the competition and control the monopoly power of private sector businesses. It is given example Sri Lanka Transport Board. It is established to compete with the private sector bus owners and provide a better service to passengers. When profit owned by the public, that means if there are profits from the operations of the corporation, a portion of profit will be credited to consolidated fund of the government. Then disadvantages of state corporations. First, sense of independence in decision making. In conducting businesses, state corporations should obey so many rules and regulations of the government. Hence, there is no freedom or independence in decision making. The other disadvantage is to adhere financial regulations of the government. As a result of this, so many delays occurred and lost the flexibility in conducting business. This is end of this video. Thanks for watching and see you in next video.